Here's our oil pan here for FXR Twincam conversion wheel. So I got this back to the machine shop finally. So now we're working our oil line set up over here for it. So that's what the bottom looks like. It's out to cut away. Let's cut away on this side here for all the kickstand and stuff over here. Got our oil drain down in there. This is for frame clearance. This is for frame clearance up in here also. And this here was cut away for foot peg clearance. So, and over in here the master cylinder bracket was closed too. But as far as I know, everything's cut away for that. So right now we are working over here on the inside of it. Our oil pickup. And here's how it all looks right now. Oil line pickup right here. Right there. Let's hold the pan up there. So this here is the pickup out of the bottom of the case that goes to the motor, to the oil pump. So we're going to run an oil line here from here all the way to the back, pickup in the back there. So this is the oil dumps in from the up above right here into the trough. And we're going to put the hose is going to get cut a hole through here, and I might put a couple more holes in here also to let some flow. So the oil goes in here, all the foamed up oil will go from this trough to this one. It's our second chamber. And then this here will be more oil and air separation. And then we'll have some holes in here, or we'll put a trap door in here also. And then we drop into our third trough here, which is our third cavity. And this goes down the depth of the pan here, as you can see. And this gives you more separation of the foam. Trying to get more and more oil, less foam. And then we go through a trap door system right here. And that goes back into our final cavity, which is under here. And this is all sealed up because the top of the transmission up here has a hole in it. And we don't want all this oil dumping from here to here. Or once it's in here, we don't want it to come out. So basically it's a sealed chamber. And that's where our pickup will be right here. And you can see how the trap door lets the oil come in and feed into it. So once you do any kind of acceleration, the trap door slides back like that. So it opens right up. And if you want to be wheelie type guys, you'll be letting oil into here. And the pickup will be back in here, so you have plenty of oil. Also, if you're racing and drag racing and heavy acceleration, the same thing happens. You run out of oil. The pickup stock is only up here, and if everything goes to the back, you get no oil. So that goes there. So this here is our pickup line right here I was working with. So I'm playing around between 90s and this 45. Right now, the way this is currently machined, we have to use that 45. Right now, if I had the 90 in here, you can see how the hose would be going through this bolt hole over here. So we'll get to move this pickup over a little bit if we decide to go this route. Two different ways of doing this. You can have a high oil line, or you can have a low oil line. So this one here would be able to be if you run a low oil line. Yeah, there it goes. So one hand sucks. Okay, so right now this here goes over here. And we'll have to cut a hole over here on top of the baffle here to make room for that. So for right now, I'm just going to take out this trap door baffle here. See how that works? It's got this little roll pin in here. Basic piece of welding rod goes all the way through. These are keyed in with a radius here, as you can tell. You just slide right in, and the transmission will hold us all down. Here's our front one. These are the same size. It's shorter. So now you can see how the oil line will work here. Pull that one out. So if we go with the high oil line route, we can run a 45 out of here with a 90. And then we will pick it up out of the bottom. Down here you can see how there's a extra part. obviously has a hole under there. Up under here, and that's where your pickup is at. So this is basically an upside down funnel here, and sucks the oil up. And once this is full of oil, if you ever look at a car pan, that's how they're made. And once you pick the oil up in here, it's full-time oil inside of this. Now right now I'm going to make this a little bit closer down here. That's a bigger gap than I really want to run. So I'm going to knock that down a little bit. You can see right now it's Allen wrench goes right in there. It's 3/16 Allen wrench. So I'll probably knock that down to about 150 thou in height. That way you'll be able to suck up all oil and no junk, and if anything happens to fall in here, it'd have to be thinner than 150 thou to go in. So like if somehow you had a nut drop into your oil pan like this, see this one is trying to go through there, and eventually it might work its way in, but if you drop it to a smaller size, it won't go in. Right now we have no screen up under this. Screens do block flow, but we haven't decided if we're going to do a screen under there yet or not, so something to play with later. So anyway, back to the oil line routing. Goes in there. Now this here is a high oil line route. So what you do is you cut away all the baffles here on the top, and the oil line will be right below your gasket surface, and it goes right into this fitting. I'll just have to shorten the hose and put this one in there. Now this is special hose. It's air equipped push lock style hose. It's high temperature, high pressure. It's good for 250 psi and 250 to 300 degrees. So it's a multi-layer plastic composite inside materials. It's nothing eats it up. Nitromethane, alcohol, oil, brake clean, probably acetone. Pretty much anything you can think of normal as you're going to run across on a bike, it don't hurt it. Even battery acid won't hit it. So it's a pretty good hose, and I run it on my race bike for years. It doesn't wear out. So it's good stuff. So anyway, this is our high oil line route. The advantage of this is you got a good draw out of here, run your line, and you're out of here. And it's nice, easy to make it. The disadvantage is if you run low on oil, this can physically get air in here at some point possibly, and you won't get any oil in here until you suck the air out of this tube all the way up to your oil pump. So it takes a little while, just like in a car. It takes a few seconds for the oil to get to the bearings. So that's the disadvantage of this one. The other way of going is that we run a low oil line. That means I run a 90-degree fitting here. I'll have to shove this over to this side here a little bit further. And then instead of being up there like this, baffle out obviously, then we'll be able to put the fitting down low like this, and the oil line will be down here on the low side. And that way we'll be able to run it down here at the bottom of our pan, right here. And that obviously will be in oil pretty much all the time unless you, for some reason, run the thing with less than 2 quarts of oil. And if you're that low in oil, you should be shot. So there you go. Right now this pan is holding just a tick under 4 quarts. So it holds quite a bit of oil. A lot more than the factory 3-quart system has. So anyway, we're deciding which way we want to go on this. We're going to have to redo the trap door here a little bit if you want to run the low system. We have to narrow the door up a little bit. Might want to put 2 doors in here, so we might put one over here also. Still playing with that a little bit. Haven't made our final decisions yet, but we're working on it. And instead of coming here with this double offset deal, which goes through 3 90-degree fittings, I think we're going to make another one just go near straight. So the hose just go right into here directly. And that'll eliminate 2 out of the 3 90-degree turns. We obviously going to have the one that goes down this way, not this way, but we don't need the one that goes that way or that way. So that should make things a lot better. And this is 1/2-inch hose here, which is bigger than factory size, so it's a nice high flow system. So all of this stuff is what you use on a real high flow oil pumps, which Harleys are not high flow pumps compared to cars. This is more automotive size in here. This is actually bigger than a lot of car stuff is. So anyway, that's where we're at on this right now. Got a few things to play with yet. Our drain plug is down here. Right now the plug is a little bit too high for what I like. It's going to leave a little bit of oil in the pan. So I'll probably wind up dropping this down and moving it back slightly. which will should suck all the oil out of the pan. So I think we're going to wind up maybe moving this over a little bit and doing the low line, but we'll make some more decisions on that, work it out. But for now, you can see what the pan looks like. So at some point, we're going to sell these things, but they are extremely expensive. So like in multiple thousands of dollars price. So a lot of cutting, as you can see. And there's not much weight left here. You know, this thing only weighs about 3 pounds maybe right now. It's probably a block this big was probably about a 60-pound block. So a lot of waste. So anyway, that's where we're at for now on this. We're going to work on this some more tomorrow, and we might try to mock up a 90-degree system, see how that looks. So anyway, we'll keep playing with it.